Hello everybody and welcome to the fourth lesson in the series of English Touring Opera at Home's series of singing lessons for you, tenors and others in choirs, getting ready to go back for your first projects, your first rehearsals after this long period of not singing together. Yes, I am in my car. What am I doing in my car? Well, this final lesson is a sort of final preparation for you going back, getting ready for that first rehearsal back. And I'm a practical sort of person. I realise that not everybody has a space to warm up in. You might be coming from work, you might be in a rush, you might be nervous, you want to get there early, and then you find yourself sitting in the car park outside the venue or wherever you are, sort of building up with anticipation for that first moment singing again. And actually, there are lots of things you can do just in your car to get ready for that first rehearsal. Firstly, hopefully, you'll make sure you have your music. If you know what music you're doing straight away, you have that with you. Hopefully, some conductors like you to have your pencil. So, pencil and music, maybe a bottle of water. Hopefully, a reusable bottle, of course. But what else? Well, today in this brief lesson, this final session with me, I want to introduce you to some sort of silent and really quiet warm-ups you can do, some things to build yourself up for that first rehearsal, and then we can all go with confidence to that first session back. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy the next little bit of time where we're going to spend some time together, just getting ready for that exciting first session. So, today this is lesson 4. Hopefully you've enjoyed the other 3 lessons that I've done and offered to you. If not, and if you have some time, maybe go back and check those out on the ETO at Home page. And also actually check out the videos from the other singers. I'm sure they have a lot to offer. Now, what can you do in a car that can prepare you for singing for maybe, I don't know how long your rehearsal is, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for some people? Well, as you would have picked up from all my lessons so far, I think it's very important to be physically ready, to feel physically alert and ready to use your energy to be able to tell your stories with your voice and to take the best voice forward into that session. So first thing I want to do is just sit comfortably in your driving seat, maybe if you drove like I did to my car park at home. And I just want you to lift up your shoulders for me as high as possible, and then drop them down and just breathe out. And close your eyes and do the same. So lift up your shoulders as high as possible. Feel how tense that can be, and then as you drop your shoulders, just breathe out. And let that release all your worries about this first rehearsal back, any worries you might have, and release any tensions you've built through the day. And now I want you to roll your shoulders forward. Okay, if you follow after me, in fact, join me doing it. I'm rolling each forward, and then I'm going to go backwards. And my hands are just placed softly on my knees. And while I'm going to do that, I'm just going to do some light humming. So I would do something like this. The other way. Okay. Feel free to pause the video, and if you find that useful, do maybe a bit of a longer hum and moving of your shoulders. And the next, I want you to just roll your head to the right, your left perhaps, and the other way, and then do some humming with that as well. Maybe some breathing out on a unvoiced consonant, like this. And now side to side, the same idea. So and then if you get your hands for me, just put them on your face. I want you to massage your face and make some noises at the same time. Just quietly, just Okay. Feel free again to pause the video and do any of those things for a longer time. What I want you to really feel is that sound and movement are connected. So what we're doing here is we're freeing up our shoulders, freeing up the neck, making sure the face is relaxed, but also making sound to show that as we relax and as things free up, the sound continues. And actually what we want is that the sound sort of massages you to being ready to do that first scale that your conductor is going to do, or arpeggio, or whatever they want to do as the first bit of music back. Hopefully you will feel a bit freer having arrived here in this car park, and you've released your shoulders a bit, your face feels a bit released, and perhaps you've done some of the exercises earlier in the day that I've done in other videos. But now I want to give you some examples for some quiet vocalizing you can do in preparation for the start of this first rehearsal back, or even any rehearsal that you are going to go back to, or even maybe a concert as well. I look forward to that day. The first one I'd like you to do is to stick your tongue out, and not to bite on it, but feel it quite far forward, so like this. I'm going to put my head sideways so you see that again. Okay, I'm sort of holding the tongue there, forward, and using my teeth, not in a tense way, but just my top teeth are just dropping on that. And the sound we make with that is it's like a TH. Okay, it is a TH, just with your tongue much further out than you're used to. So on any note, but I'm going to just show you, you can do this very quiet vocalizing with the tongue forward. And we're going to take a deep breath like we have been doing these first 3 lessons as well. I want you to breathe in deeply and relaxed, low down, and then stick your tongue out and go. Okay, that was the first 3. I went ah, 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 but with my tongue out forward. If you'd like, pause the video and do that, but keep going really as high as you want to go, but not too high. This is just a light vocalization. It's sort of tickling the vocal cords, making sure that they're awake, ready, and it's also getting used to that sense of breathing out to make the sound. So without the tongue there, it would just be ah, tongue forward. Okay, perhaps pause the video and give that a go yourself. Hopefully that was useful. Now, something I'd like you to consider getting used to using is a straw. I have this rather sort of swanky straw setup. It's called a Pocket Vox, Pocket VOX. You might find one online if you want. It was actually not cheap for what is essentially a simple piece of plastic, but it's very much reusable. There are lots of really good exercises you can do with a straw. And what I'd like you to do is just practice doing maybe 5-note scales through the straw. And the sound you're going to make is an ooh. Ooh. Through the straw. Breathe in. Good. Just very simple. And the straw is a wonderful thing. You might then want to add that into some water and to sing through the water. Just get some simple bubbles like we did previously. But really, this is a wonderful piece of kit, and I take it around with me when I'm doing auditions anywhere, and they haven't provided us with a room, or I find myself in some dark corner in the disabled toilets getting changed and not really sort of feeling confident enough to sing at my full voice in that space, actually having something like this where you can sing little arpeggio, a longer arpeggio, all these little exercises you can do through the straw. So that's really useful. Either get one of these or just use a normal straw and you can do the same thing. Okay, and now this first rehearsal back is going to be in a space that you haven't sung in for a long time. You're going to be singing amongst people in a way you haven't done for a long time. And the energy that you feel and other people are feeling is going to be something different to what you've experienced for a long time. Now, those are all not things that you can control. What you can control is your physical setup, and you can control what you're going to do with how you hear yourself. I myself, I have often done rehearsals wearing earplugs, or done lots of warming up and practicing wearing earplugs or ear defenders. And I'm not suggesting you do that in your first concert back, but in preparation, really getting used to how you feel physically when you sing and not necessarily how you think you sound when you sing is a great idea. So you can do that in the car before you go in. You just cover your ears, so maybe get your hands and just do maybe a rolled R little scale, a bit like this. And after each scale, make sure you release the breath and in again. Next one up. Good, you get the idea. Perhaps pause the video and do as many scales as you want. Good. The idea, as I said, is to get used to the physical sensation of singing and to get away from what you are used to singing in terms of your ears. We all are used to a certain space, and we've all been used to the space that we've sung in the last 18 months or so. I'm the same as everyone else. I have my music room sort of shed at the end of my garden. And I won't lie, there's times over the last year when I have had an opportunity to perform when the acoustic change has sort of made me tense up a bit. Now, if I know that's going to happen, that might happen to you this evening, what you can just do is a few, maybe when you're not singing, a few breaths out. If you put your hands on your waist and just go, and then a few pulses, and then some light noises, and feel that real connection to the air. And every time you feel at all tense, at all not in your comfort zone this evening or tomorrow or whenever it is that first rehearsal back is, then just click into that physical feeling of singing, that real sense of breathing out with the sound and of actually enjoying the physical act of singing and making music. So, here we are. You followed my lessons. You followed today's session. You've done a bit of silent and quiet warm-up work here in your car or in the little space you found. And what are my final tips before you go back and join the most wonderful things we have, these choirs? What do I suggest? Well, 1, enjoy it. Really, no, I really mean that. Enjoy it. I'm a professional singer, and I'm hugely privileged to be a professional singer. I appreciate that so much. And after the last year and a half, I appreciate that even more. And I appreciate it more every day. And one of those weird things about being a professional singer is that my livelihood is tied up with the thing that I love doing most. And that is sometimes a battle, but actually what this last year has shown me is that without the enjoyment of singing, the livelihood part doesn't matter so much. Obviously, I need money to live on, but would I sing without it being my career? Of course I would. And you going to this rehearsal this evening, or this concert, whatever you're doing with your voice, you to remember the enjoyment and allow the memory of that enjoyment and the joy that singing brings to break through any nerves and tentative feeling you have for this evening. Number 2, smile. If you remember you've enjoyed it, but you're still nervous, or you have worries about not being able to remember the music, or you're seeing people you haven't seen for ages, or it's a big group of people after the pandemic, actually a little smile goes a huge long way to clearing those nerves, and just to maybe have a little laugh and just go, yeah, it's great. I'm going to enjoy this. Thirdly, breathe. When we get tense, when we get nervous, our breathing is one of the first things to really show. We feel that tension, it gets higher and higher and higher. We feel it in our shoulders, our neck. We feel it in the back of our neck, even in our back, and in the diaphragm area as well, and torso. Now, a really good way of clearing that tension is just to breathe out. So, and breathe out and move. Okay, so enjoy it, smile and breathe. And finally, have an amazing time. It's been my pleasure to share these 4 lessons with you. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope some of the things that I've suggested have been useful. I hope you can use them in your life going forward, both in choir and out of choir. As I've said, do enjoy other videos, other lessons that ETO at Home are providing, and also do check out the rest of the English Touring Opera at Home online catalogue. There's some wonderful music, not all of which I'm singing in. I hopefully will meet some of you one day, and with that, goodbye.